Hello teachers, trying out something a little new with our faculty meeting this week. Hope it saves you a little bit of time and makes it easier to reference back to. A lot of important information going on. First thing I need you to do is make sure that you check the curriculum guides that are posted on our website under Guidance and Student Services. Make sure that the descriptions and the information contained in those guides is accurate of your course, making sure all prerequisites are noted, and to make sure that we get the right kid in the right class. And we can do that by putting the right information out as soon as possible. The plan is before Christmas time to have these curriculum guides compiled, printed over Christmas break, and hopefully we'll have them ready when we come back in January, because our second CAPS night is at the end of January. This will be a very important one because this will set the schedule for next school year. I've talked to you before about how I do schedules. This will be a student-driven schedule. It'll be based off the needs of the students and what they need to reach their academic goals and to make their pathways happen. So let's talk about CAPS. You had a little bit of a demonstration of it in the fall, and it went pretty well. This one's going to be a little more intense, where we're actually doing the scheduling for the following year, and students are going to count on your expertise on giving them good advice on what they need to take and which pathway they need to follow. So let's go over some information with CAPS at this time. What does CAPS stand for? Collaborative Academic Planning Solutions. The key word in this phrase is collaborative. We talk with students, we talk with parents, we talk with each other. We make sure we get the right information out to the folks at the right time. We want to give a personalized instruction to our scheduling process. Why do we do this? Scheduling in the past is kind of like the old factory model. You may have an instance where you have 500 kids in one school all filling out paperwork on scheduling. There may be some group meetings and things like that, but those papers tend to come in and funnel into one guidance counselor who has to make decisions on students based on what's written on the paper, input from teachers and everything else. And there's not always, it's next to impossible for one person to have individual meetings with 500 students. So we're taking that process and the old factory model, we're setting it off to the side. And we're bringing in CAPS with this one-on-one time. And that's what I need you to do. This factory model you see behind us is where I mentioned to you guys early in the year, there's a person who's greatly impacted my thinking by the name of Sir Ken Robinson. And if you want to find out more about his ideas on creativity and education, you can go to his TED Talk and watch that. It is a very entertaining video, and also give you a little bit of insight into my thinking, because he has probably been one of the most influential people in my educational thinking. With that being said, CAPS is all about collaboration. This is the work between us and the students, us and the parents, and when we all come together, we'll complete the picture and we'll make things right. And we'll make things right for the kids so that they have the best chances to achieve the goals they want. This kind of goes along with it. As you can see in this model right here, we're collaborating between students in the school, stakeholders, I use that term for parents, guardians, other adults who will be present with the students while they're doing this. They'll also be communicating with us, and the students and the stakeholders have to collaborate. There will be an online component to this scheduling, and if we have the online component set up correctly with all those prerequisites from our course guides, it'll make things go a whole lot smoother and make your classes a lot better next year. Let me talk to you about a small change that's come up. Our current grade level promotion requirements is for a student to be in 10th grade, they have to have passed 6 courses, 1 English, 1 math. In order to go to 11th grade, they had to have 8 more courses, which makes 14. And then, of course, 11th to 12th grade is 20 courses, and graduation requires a minimum of 28 courses. However, at a recent board meeting, a proposal has been made, and it was accepted, that in order for a student to be classified as a junior, then they have to have 12 credits. Must have passed 12 credits. And this change directly impacts our current freshmen right now. With some of our current freshmen having taken courses at middle school, they may be close to this 12 number than you think. I will want to go ahead and let you know, you will have folks who are going to be concerned about their student being classified as a junior, even though they're only in their second year of high school. That's okay. Tell them it's okay, because the way we're going to continue to do homerooms, instead of saying freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, it'll be year 1 homerooms, year 2 homerooms, year 3, and year 4. That's how we'll make sure the kids can stay with their academic group, the kids they've always gone to school with. Even though they may be advancing at a faster pace academically than other students, we're going to keep their peer group the same. With that, the 12 credits is going to open the door for some students to take some college classes. I want to go over some of these pathways, and if you're not able to see this on the video, it's okay, because copies of this will be put in the curriculum guide so you can see it, and I'll try to point a few things at it so you'll know. In this right here, there's a pathway. This first pathway is the average regular pathway for a student to graduate high school. Our mission is to promote career and college ready students, and this is what we're looking for. We're hoping to get them to a 2.6 average for community college. They do not have to take foreign language, but if you look down at the blue and red boxes, you will see that foreign language is included, because if they get these requirements, they at least have the opportunity to continue on with high school. Also, it shows their graduation requirements here in the blue, right here along the middle, showing the 28 credits and what they have to take. And down at the bottom, this is a recommended pathway of what they need to be taking what year. This is the first level for our scheduling. This is the traditional, typical high school schedule. Moving on to our next one, this is an honors pathway. And if you'll notice down here at the bottom, when you see these classes, you'll see things like English 1 honors. You'll see things like biology honors. There's all these different classes that have honors classes in them, and it's also embeds in the Spanish for the foreign language, so that when they finish, they can have that 2.5, 2.6 GPA and make them eligible to continue on to college, and have had a little more rigor in their coursework to hopefully better prepare them for college. Which brings us to our next one. The Career and College Promise. Guys, this first pathway that's up here shows you one of the goals that I have, in which is for students to be able to finish up their high school career, and at the end of their high school career, graduate with a high school diploma, and also graduate with their first 2 years of college completed and an associate's degree. Let me tell you why that's important. If they complete this associate's degree, then in our articulated agreement with the community college and the 16 North Carolina universities, they will accept that for every one of our students as their first 2 years of college. This pathway right here will save parents thousands upon thousands of dollars in tuition and books and other supplies by enabling their students to take college classes and get dual credit, high school credit and college credit for the same course. This is something our parents want, our students want, and is available by the state, so we should take full advantage of it. So in this one right here, you'll see some classes in here, especially in the 11th grade and 12th grade, where it's a very rigorous college schedule. They will be basically working as college students. And this one right here, this particular one right here, will show you the Associate in Arts pathway, so that you can see that there are different pathways and what goes into each one. The first year in 9th grade, this is assuming students have taken some classes in middle school. This very top bar up here shows the middle school pathway on what they have to have and what classes are going to be offered at the middle school. That's why it's important when we're doing this CAPS program to look at their transcripts and see what classes they have and see where they fit on this timeline and try to get them in. The reason we want these students to have 12 credits by the end of their 9th grade year is because that will then enable them to have 3 years to complete all these classes that are loaded into the red and blue box right here for 2 years. So that spreads it out for them. When we spread it out for them, that gives them more opportunities to participate in sports, to take electives, to participate in CTE classes, and have a richer high school experience. Whereas right now, for our upper level students, we're really struggling in their second year finding courses for them to take. This really does help out with that. The last one is the Associate in Science. It's very similar to the Associate in Arts. It does have some different classes in it. When you're talking to parents about this program right here and them going through the sequence, There are some classes that are put in here that meet the need, but there are other classes that can be substituted for it. For instance, if you look under the light blue column in the courses, you will see in there that there is Spanish. They can take Spanish at the college level, or they could take it here at the high school. There are some other electives that are put in there that can be substituted out. So they do have some flexibility in those courses, but the general gist of the courses, the core courses, they stay the same. There are a few electives, but not very many. That's why spreading it over 3 years really does provide more opportunities for our students. With that being said, when you're having these conversations on collaboration, you have to take the time to speak with the students and to make sure that they know what's required of them. It's not enough to have just the 12 credits. There's a few other things they have to have. And if you see on this list up here, number one is to have a weighted GPA of 3.0. That is a non-negotiable. And they have to demonstrate college readiness. They're also going to have to take some tests and score a certain score on those tests to be eligible. So there's more to it than just the credits, but the 12 credits has been the biggest obstacle for our younger students in pursuing these courses. The next one I want to tell you about, this is an example of a student who would be coming into us next year. This is student A, enters high school in 9th grade with 4 credits obtained in the middle school, earns 8 credits in 9th grade, and based on this change, they may be eligible to begin earning college credits in their 2nd year of high school. Student still has to meet all the graduation requirements of the 28, except their grade promotion may come just a little bit faster. With this right here, the 12 credits is only beneficial to the students who want to take college classes. The next one has to do, messed that one, student B. They have 2 credits from middle school. They also have the option to earn credits during their summers in high school by credit by demonstrated mastery, and we may have some online courses they may be able to take to earn credits to get them to that opportunity where they can also stretch their college classes out for 3 years. Whenever we have this CAPS night, the expectations for teachers is pretty simple. Be on time. We will start on time, we will end on time. Get there on time, we have dinner. The next thing, seek out students to help. If you can imagine being a parent and a student walking into the media center, there's all these teachers in here. That's a bit overwhelming. If you see a student and you know a student, go up and offer your services to that student. They may be very thankful that you can do that. There are very much wondering what's going to be coming and what's happening. And with that being said, if you reach out to them and make that connection, you may help ease this process for them. Also, next one, talk to all stakeholders about class selections. It's very easy when we're doing this CAP nights to speak to the student and focus on the student. But don't forget, there's going to be parents there. There may even be grandparents there. Ask them, what do you want for your child? What do you expect your child to do? Put those things on the table. For some students and parents, this may be the only academic conversation they have about their child's future. This is not a common discussion at every household. So put it on the table for them. Let them have those conversations. Also, when we're actually looking at scheduling, you're pointing students into the right direction, keep my motto in your mind, right kid in the right class. You may have students who want to take very, very rigorous classes, and their background does not show that that would be in their best interest. What do you do? What do you do if a parent insists that their child is able to take these classes, even though it's not, in our opinion, the best idea? That's where you seek out me or Miss Morgan, and we do offer contracts for parents and students for them to sign saying that we do not recommend these classes, but if you insist upon taking it, you will be allowed to take them. But you would have to sign saying that it's against our professional advice. Also, with that being said, you're going to have students coming in looking for the path of least resistance. What have I got to do to get by? Remember that one right there. No one rises to low expectations. Set the expectation. That's why we have a mission and a vision statement. Mentioned it earlier. career and college ready students. We want them to have the option when they graduate high school. The question should not be, can I go to college? It shouldn't be, should I go to college? Question should be, or the way it should be phrased is, I can go to college if I want to. If we put our kids in that position where they have the option to make the choice at the end of their 12th grade year, that is the best scenario we can put our students and parents in. If a student is close to that 2.5, 2.6 GPA, go ahead and set them up and let them know what they got to do to be college eligible so that they do get that choice at the end of the year. Every conversation should have that message in there about what it would be for your child to be college eligible. Everybody gets to make their own decision after graduation. The college eligibility one should be their choice. And the last one, you see down at the bottom, I put PCHS is an A school. Well, we're not an A school yet, but we will be. And with that being said, we're going to make it one step at a time. We're going to make our students have the best experience they can have, and our teachers in return are going to have the best possible experience in teaching these students. When we get that combination together and everything starts clicking, that is when we will get our A school rating, and things will be happening at that time. Guys, this is CAPS review. I did it to a video so that if you needed to go back and review and hear some of these things again, feel free. We will be at our January meeting. I'll bring out the transcripts, samples again. We'll practice again, and we'll be getting ready for our end of January CAPS night. And remember, all hands on deck for CAPS night. If there is a reason you cannot attend, please tell me sooner than later. I'm much more flexible if I have time to adjust to it. But make sure, go look at your teacher manual. Make sure you have the dates when we come back, because things will start happening very quickly. We're almost halfway through the school year, folks. It has gone by very fast. And with that being said, you guys have done a great job. Our first 9 weeks are looking good. I'm really happy about the way things are going. We've got lots of good things going on. We got good kids. We got great teachers. What else could we ask for? Thank you so much for listening to this. Hope you have a great Pirate Week.